Hi friends, welcome to my video. This is my massive Amazon adult coloring book birthday haul, which are books I only got from Amazon that I bought for myself for my birthday, and some were gifted to me by friends and supporters and family. So there are 10 books here. I'm very excited to show them to you. Some are old, some are not. A few of these I'd never even heard of or seen before that were gifts. So I had to go look them up on Amazon, and I will link below on the drop down all these books if you want to find them on Amazon. One of my friends got me a few of them. She said she got them at Barnes & Noble, and I looked them up on Amazon, and then I looked up on Barnes & Noble, and definitely it was way more on Barnes & Noble. So I feel bad because she spent more than she had to. She's like, I don't like Amazon. I'm just like, okay, well, you're paying more than you have to. But let's get started. I want to show you first those two that I had never heard of, which are, actually there's three I never heard of, but two that I'm getting really excited about because I really like them. And I'm going to show them to you. The first is the Occult and Folklore coloring book, which is super neat. And then the other is the Green Witches coloring book. From enchanting forest scenes to intricate herb gardens, conjure the colorful world of natural magic, by Sarah Richard. This one, Duchess of Lore. I've never heard of these books, and I'm very excited. They're about this. They're the exact same size as the Kirby Rosanas books. So let's take a look at this one. And it's kind of like a matte texture. It's got kind of like a vintage book cover feel. Really nice book, and I'm so excited. It was nothing. I'm kind of picky about my coloring books, which is why I'm purging tons and tons of mainstream Amazon books, putting them up for sale. But this one has like a lot of detail and art, and they are single-sided, which is nice. And so the paper is not, I mean, it's nicer than traditional Amazon paper. It has a little bit of that smoothness to it. I don't want to say shine, but like silkiness feel. So I think this will be great for markers or pencils. And so it's a lot of this great nature stuff. Make sure I'm in the camera with, I mean, this book has so much foliage. You could do spring, summer, fall, but a lot of it is like garden scenes. Some are close up, some are not. Yeah, I'd never even seen or heard of this book, so I was definitely excited about that. And I'm just gonna go through it. It kind of reminds me of Hannah Carlson's Witch's Cottage, but I like the bigger pages. See, here we have some summer, autumn. These are like welcome signs to the season. This is the zodiac wheel. Dried herbs. Love all this kind of cornucopia stuff here. Mushrooms. These look like, let me turn my camera. These look like crystals and gemstones. I can't even tell if I feel like my camera's crooked. Is it crooked? All right. Yeah, I really like this. It's unique. Look at all these flowers. Oh, I can't wait to do this one. I might do a tutorial color along with this one. So I'm having to break down my birthday videos into like 4 different videos because I got so many goodies. I'm so grateful to all my friends and family and followers for all the wonderful 50th birthday things I was sent. I'm so excited to show them to you on the channel and demo them and try them out myself. These are the different signs: earth, water, fire, and what, wind? Is it wind? Love this one. I have a big bouquet of flowers. for my birthday right here, right next. We have it in the woods. Sun. So I thought this was a really nice book, mostly like nature and natural things. Highly recommended, and it is very reasonably priced on Amazon. Let's look at the Occult and Folklore coloring book. And these were from my same friend that got both of these at the same time. Look at this, all this art on this inside flap. Thick, sort of almost like cardboard. You have a table of contents. These are double-sided. A nice big square book. So you don't want to use things that will bleed through. Water-based pens, fiber tip pens, or pencils. But this one has a lot of details in it. Like different things you can color, which I really like too. More of that kind of almost fantasy like line drawings and a lot of variety. Love the mermaids. Fun stuff. Look at all those details. That's amazing. I love this book. This is my favorite. My friend is super into pagan and Wicca stuff, but overall I just like the book. So good book for Halloween too, but you can probably do this kind of stuff any time of year. Look at all the details. My goodness. They're so unique. Love it. Flip through. More zodiac stuff, I think, in here. More mermaids. Stained glass, which is really neat. You guys want to see my 50th birthday present to my... This is a blue zircon, 14 karat gold. Alexa cancel with champagne and white diamonds. And blue... Alexa cancel. And the blue zircon is my dad's first stone. Which was nice because my dad died this past year. My Alexa's going nuts. I don't know why. The hats. Yeah, this is a really neat. Look at that, how small these details are. Like all the little circles and everything. Anyway, Toronto-based artists. So this is a great book. So next I'm going to show you the other one I'd never seen, which is Creative Haven's Dazzling Diner Designs. So this one is very simple and basic, but it's kind of, you know, retro vintage, obviously. Kind of fun. Creative Haven, as you know, is always single-sided. And this is pretty basic, but I like kind of how they laid everything on the page. Kind of like in the center with the retro kind of shapes around them. Kind of neat. There's a good amount of food in here. The hot diggity dog. The American Drive-In. Ice cream bar. Donuts. Let's see, we have grilled cheese. Root beer floats. Tasty refreshments. Fast food. I don't know, there's a lot in here I would color because I find food to be challenging, but I do like the style. Like, I love the outside diner scene and all that. Love the old cars. Yeah, so this was kind of neat. It's not like anything I've seen before. Poodle skirt. So this is Dazzling Diner Designs by Creative Haven. I think that's fairly new. All right, so this one is kind of an interesting story. So this is Jade Summers' Chibi Girls Pre-Shaded, which is light grayscale, 100 pages, 4 books in one. You can see how thick this thing is. So I have the other 4 books individual, which is Chibi Girls 1, Chibi Girls 2, Chibi Horror, and Chibi Christmas. And I've had them for so many years that there's 2 or 3 terrible pictures I colored in them. And the pages are wrinkled, and I didn't know what I was doing back then, and they're kind of sloppy, and everything bleeds through. And I decided, there's only like 3 pages colored in each. So I decided I'm going to sell those in my Amazon lot of recycled coloring books in the big batches I'm selling, and just buy all 4 books in one, brand new, now that my skills are different and better. So I can do them, that was my fault. I can do them and the book will look nice. And I generally, this is Chibi Girls 1, I think. I generally don't like coloring chibi things. But of all the chibi books I have or have seen, this Jade Summers ones are the only ones I love. Because I love the style. The eyes look more normal than some of the chibis. They're really cute. They're unique. There's different scenes happening in each one. I have to go fast. There's a lot of pages here. I just want to show it to you. Yeah, but this whole book might have been only, gosh, was it $19.99? I'm sorry, $9.99 or $12.99. Might have been $12.99. Whereas just the one single book is like $8. So, and this frees up more room on my shelf to have all 4 books in one, just in one book instead of a bunch of random books. So yeah, I have purged probably 50 or 60 books off my shelves that I've either never colored in, which is most of them, or that I've only done 2 or 3 and I decided I don't really want to color any more of these. So I'm going to be breaking that down into 2 or 3 big lots of like 15, 20 books and selling them. And the ones that do have pages colored in them, there might only be, like I said, like 2 or 3. So I will offer them to people on my channel first. And then I will, when I do shipping by media mail, I'll do a video when I show the lots I have for sale. And I don't sell them individually. It's not worth the hassle of shipping. So it's like, if you like, you know, 12 out of 20 books, to get those 12, you got to buy all 20, like whatever lots I break them down to. So I don't base my lot prices on individual books. I just be like, oh, it's $50 for all 30 of these books or whatever. And that's it. Take it or leave it. That's kind of how I do it. I try to keep my life real simple. Aren't these so cute though? I love the Chibi Horror, which is what we're getting into now, which I often like to do these for the month of October. And it's cute horror. It's not like gory horror. I've done that one. These look really cute. So I recommend alcohol markers in these books. Certainly you can use pencil, but the thicker lines and the light grayscale, the markers look amazing in these pictures. I will actually, oh, sorry, I'm actually going to pause this at the end, grab my books, the individual ones that I have a few completed pages, and I'll show them to you. So you can kind of see what it looks like when you color these chibi pictures. But I recommend getting this 4 book in one, because you just get a little bit of everything. We're still in the horror. Okay, now we're into the Christmas one. Santa's Christmas. Aren't they cute? They're just so cute. I think they're adorable. Ah! It's getting harder to flip through as I get to the back. Alright. Oh my gosh, I've almost gone through the 100 pages. But this is just to give you a good concept of what you're getting. This would be a great gift for like a birthday or for a colorist. The 4 books in one kind of a book. And then you get some freebies back here. So I'm going to pause this real quick. So I found my Chibi Girls Horror, which I did do a long time ago. I did do this one. You can see. And I did close this right in here. I also did, but these are all done with alcohol markers. Also did this one. And this is old work. But yeah, see, like that's all I did out of this book, but I'm still gonna sell these books. And this one I did. Oh, and also the single ones, you get 2 sets of each, which I don't like. I don't need double sets of things. So you can see how cute these look when you do them with alcohol markers. Okay, so let's move on to what else I got. My birthday haul. This one is really neat. So this is Southern Lotus's Creepy Beauty. Now, Southern Lotus, most of the Southern Lotus books look like the Coloring Book Cafe books. The typical Amazon paper, kind of cheapy, and I've showed you some really good ones as far as the art, even though I don't like the paper. But they've released a few, these bigger A4 size spiral bound hardbacks, which is very exciting. And the paper is like that Deborah Moeller Menagerie paper. It's super thick, almost like watercolor paper, and I absolutely love it. And I picked up, this is the first one I've gotten, and I think it's incredible. Look how thick this paper is. So this is going to be a great like Halloween or just anytime book. But yeah, the art is really neat. And I'm not like a big horror fan, but I do like in October to do some. But this one was really good. This looks like a book you might get more on Etsy, which is why I liked it. And this is on Amazon. The other one they released is, well, there's like 3 others. And if you go to the link I sent you, it'll take you to this book. But scroll down just a little, it'll show the other 3 spiral bound books they did. One is like the minimalist art. I don't remember the other 2. But I love this paper. It is so good for markers. And I love my alcohol markers. I love all markers, any kind. Even water-based. This reminds me a lot of the Beauty Horror series. Also, I can't help wondering if Southern Lotus is using some of the Crook artists, because there's a very similar style to the Crook books. And I love Crook. They haven't done one in a while. I wonder if they've stopped, or that's why I'm wondering if they're working for one of these other companies now. Yeah, sorry. It's hard to do these vertical ones. Yeah, so that's the gist, but it's super heavy and big. And it came wrapped completely in plastic, so it's like a premium. It's their version of a premium coloring book versus their standard Amazon ones, which is why I recommended it. Next, I'm going to show you another amazing one that I don't think you'll be able to find, but I'm going to show it to you. And this book is by Mardell Rubio. And I showed you in my coloring book bucket list, I think video number 2, my Mardell Rubio Halloween book, which is my absolute favorite. And he stopped producing books. I don't know why. So you can only find them like secondhand on eBay. This one I got from a secondary seller on Amazon, which maybe there's a couple more. This is, though, The Invisible City. And all of his books are spiral bound, but the artwork is incredible. I also found, so for example, right now, he has one book by a secondary seller on eBay that's $400, no joke. The other one on Amazon, there's another one on Amazon that's $200, but they're really hard to come by when you do find one. So I happened to score the Halloween one a long time ago. And this is, again, that thick kind of artist paper. And I also scored the mask one for $60 on eBay. So that more on selling it for $400. Good luck with that. But I know now that Mardel Rubio is doing some selling PDF printables only directly, and you have, and I don't even think it's this earlier work, it's newer stuff, and you have to message him directly if you're interested. So I did see there might still be a couple of these from the secondary seller left on Amazon. That's the only one I could find this book left from a few copies on Amazon. But the Halloween book is my favorite, but I do like this one, and I can't wait to get the mask one. It looks amazing. It's in the mail. So it's kind of like fantasy type stuff. And I just love all the details in his work, and I love the type of paper he put his books on. I don't know why he stopped doing the books. They're all older. Maybe people were pirating him. I don't know. In this day and age, it's inevitable, I think, sadly. Same with the art of, is it Jane Hinkins or whatever? Like, all she does now is will mail you PDF packs of her books in the mail. She doesn't do digital. So I was excited to get this one. If you can find any Mardel Rubio books, go for it, because they're amazing. All right. That's it for this one. Highly recommended. All right. Next, I want to show you this one. Is by Sarah Maas. It's the Court of Thorns and Roses coloring book. There was a whole novel series. I have not read the book. I do have the first book. The cover matches this. I loved the coloring book though, so now it makes me want to read the book. And there's like 4 more books after that. Novel books, I mean. And this had to me a very like Game of Thrones, even Outlander style to the art. If you've seen Outlander coloring books, you do get some words, snippets from the book scenes, but I loved some of the details in this book, like some castles and landscapes. I'd say this is an advanced book. There was a time in my life I would not touch books like this when I was in my first few years of coloring. And I've seen the Game of Thrones books. I'm not impressed. I've seen the whole Game of Thrones series, including the new season that just came out of the prequel, part 2 of the prequel. And, you know, I'm not going to say I didn't read the books. I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Game of Thrones fan. I saw the series once. I was confused as heck in the last couple seasons about a few things. So one of those things you have to, oh, look at this. Look at those details. Game of Thrones, it's one of those things where you love it, you hate it, or you're not sure, and I was in the not sure. I love the family arc, the connections, the characters, the drama. Wasn't so into the weird stuff, and some gruesome battles, but look at the details in this, like, this cellar, like the spindle stuff. Yeah, the Game of Thrones, it's the one younger sister, Arya, and her whole journey that confused the heck out of me. But it's one of those things where you see it once, you're trying to figure it out as you go. Some stuff by the end isn't totally clear. Wait a year to watch it again. The second time you watch it, you can probably get more details and have more understanding. And it's pretty dark, you know. And there's some like dark fantasy stuff in there, and some I'm not gonna say that's my favorite show, or it's very unique. I'm not gonna say it's fantastic, it's amazing. It's all right, you know. It's a phenomenon. People are like Game of Thrones crazy. Oh, I love this one. This reminds me of this whole thing of Lord of the Rings. This whole book. Love the one with the ships. So I'm thinking of starting to read the book as I'm doing some coloring pages in this one. Oh, these are all the novels here you can buy. I have the first one. I mean, it must be doing well for her to get so many books done and published. This next one you've probably seen. It's new. I hadn't seen it. I love it. It's Kei Camaro's cute, glitter, shimmery kawaii. And I generally don't like kawaii stuff, but this book I love. It's sparkle because there's pink in the pages, which saves on some background effort, and I love pink. Yeah, this one is actually adorable. And single-sided. Like, it makes me want to take out all my pastel markers and pencils. And the paper's nice and shiny, so I think it would be great for markers, actually. Or wax pencils. Isn't it cute? I think this might be the only kawaii book I've ever liked. Truth. I'm going to test out some of my new, I love this one, my new pens on here. Look at the roller skates. This one's so girly. I love girly stuff. Such a girly girl. Love that. Love the ice cream cone. It's like I want to use all my pastels in here only. No dark colors. Isn't it cute? Cute as a bug's ear. Just for anyone who hasn't seen it, if you've seen this book, feel free to get to the next book. I love how it just puts some pink in there already. It just makes me want to color it versus them being white. I don't know why. Isn't the cutest thing ever? I love this book. Love it. Okay, 2 left. You've likely seen both. This is the Bridgerton official coloring book. I'm going to admit I bought this book originally when it came out. I had never seen Bridgerton yet. I sent the book back because I'm like, so many people, there's all these people in costumes, and I don't know how to make them look. I haven't seen the show, and it just seemed like it was kind of boring. Now that I've seen the whole series, including the newest episodes that just came out like a week ago, I'm like infatuated, and now I bought the book again because now I look through and I'm like, oh, that's this character, that's that character, and now I actually want to color it because I can relate to the show. So that's like a real, it's amazing how that really changed my whole perspective. And I didn't think I would like, I mean, I love Downton Abbey. I love it. I do not like the coloring book, but I love Downton Abbey. And I didn't think I'd like this. But I loved it. It's very well done. It's basically what the precursor at the beginning of the show. It's fictional, fantasy based, inspired by fact. So the time period is very Jane Austen. Queen Charlotte was real, but she wasn't African American entirely. I don't believe. Don't quote me, but I'm from what I've heard, not. So there's the etiquette issues. You know, I mean, keep in mind the show is done at a time when cultural norms are trying to be kind of broken by more inclusivity and stuff. But back then in the real day, you would not have seen a lot of what you see in this show societally between like the classes and races, interracial marriages, would have been a bigger issue back then, you know, that kind of thing. But other than that, like the costume, the sets, things look really real. I love the clothes. Love seeing the inside of all the richy kind of houses. I love this whole era. And now that I've seen it, I really want to color the people and the costumes because I can relate to who each one is. So that makes it a lot more fun. And actually, I just love some of the flowers. It's amazing how my whole perspective of this art and book changed after seeing the show. I even love the chunkier black line art because I can use more water-based pens and things like that. And the Queen Charlotte I think was even better. Actually made me cry a whole bunch. Queen Charlotte came out somewhere between season like 2 and 3 of this show, but it's actually the precursor to the show, and that was amazing. And they're coming out with a new Queen Charlotte book in the next 2 months. I pre-ordered mine. So that's the Bridgerton Netflix. Oh, and of course Shonda Rhimes did the show. She also did Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice and Scandal, and so that's why you see a lot of more inclusivity and stuff in here. All right, this is lastly my last birthday gift. This one was from my son by Alexandra Fusi. Mythographics Shangri-La, which I did not have. Exciting. And I've only more recently started getting the mythographic books. And I have a goal to color all of Paradise because I love every picture in it. This one is more exotic. Only thing I don't like is the black frame around each picture. I know that some artists do that for printing to make sure things don't run to the margins, but I would rather have the full page. That's just me. Lots of really neat fantasy stuff. Of all the mythographic books I've seen, this is definitely not my favorite. I feel like some of the things are too small for my eyesight. But if you have good eyesight, no problemo. Love this one with the candy, you know, candy flinging it. Yeah, so I'm very excited. You know, some of these books I'll only be doing a couple pages in, but I did, because I already picked my bucket list of 50 books to color the entire books of. So I have some completed products, you know, as the years go on, I can show I actually completed some books. But some of these I can see a few pictures I'd want to color. I'm tempted to add the Bridgerton book to my bucket list, because I love it so much. My favorite mythographic book would be Paradise, followed by Voyage. Third favorite would be The New Wild Summer. Love the Miniature Glass Jar World. I have Deep Blue and Fairy Wonderland. Do not have Illusion, Crystal Kingdom, Labyrinth, or Cosmic Spirit. If anyone has all those, which one do you think would be the best? Let me know. Maybe I'll pick that up next. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my Amazon adult coloring book birthday jackpot, and hopefully you'll find something you like. Let me know your favorites.